Okay, hello. Please tell me that this is not making me absolutely. Oh, it's not. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. I tried to run it in the background. Hi, Audra P. Hello. Okay, so hey, ivermectin. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. So this is hey Don Lambert. Hi, thank you for being here. So this is going to be like a show in two parts. Hi Samantha. Hi Racine. Um, so I had promised on Twitter that I was gonna come on and debunk Mr. ATAC. Well, I'm not going to fully do it, but I did get some fantastic information from Virginia today specifically. Hello, Jay Snyder. Hi, JD Lotus. Um, and I was able to, and this is part of like why I'm frustrated as far as this stuff goes, because a couple of the parties that I was looking for, unable to identify, whatever, I have found them and they're dead. Yay. I'm not celebrating someone's death. I'm just saying, like, they're dead. So, it doesn't really do me any good, right? But I want to go ahead and get this stuff up for posterity, and then we will cover the second part of the show. So, let's go ahead and I'm going to stick with the sort of petty intro. Yeah. Really want to see me dead and shit. Motherfuckers really want to see me leaking and shit. I don't give a rolling up that Mary Jane, ain't a damn thing changed, but my motherfucking dollars, the faces be all around me though. What you talking about when you saying my name? Bitch, I came a long way from the fucking underground. Sip to you, cause I know it's sip to me. Beat me drowning in a whole liter of the Hennessy. Coming out the dirt, looking zombie, smoking all up on the perk. Yeah, I love my God G. Chasing thrills on the road to riches. Don't fuck around and get yourself killed for real. Crack a seal, crack a peel. Crackers love me cause I'm real. Hello white America is blocker with the stainless steel. RP, PAT, I got lots of ghetto dreams, but I probably make it out the trap before they finish me. Pray to God every day, tell him save me from this place. Shit is dark and hell is hot. Have I paid for my mistakes? Niggas probably love me when rigor mortis inside my body. I live like Cardi, just falling off of the face of mommy. The devil want me, my government name what he be calling. Don't bend, don't break, this ain't Treyway, but nigga I feel like Shotty. 6 feet in the ground, I'm still trying to make it up out the dirt. Counting friends I lost in blue faces until my fingers hurt. Psycho Dad and OG Bin Laden gon' help me with my nerve. Bitches plotting all cause I'm popping, but fuck it, let them twerk. We are fighting demons, even if I don't have my demon shades on. Hi, Ian. Yeah, well, uh, whatever. We'll talk about the other part later. But anyways, okay, so let me show you guys my updated slides because I cleaned them up and found some new pictures because in some of the Son of Sam files, which, apparently there are parties out here who are under the impression that like they own them or something. I don't really know. Uh, Whatever. And I'm not going to say where I got them. It's really nobody's business. But there was a little like post it note on one of the files. And it literally just said Hugh Mountain in huge letters that I was like, well, I know who that is. That's Michael Mountain, right? So I'm going to show you guys because I had covered him before and I said that he was involved in a lot of like really sus nonprofits. I found every single one that I could find as well as some updated pictures of him. So let me show you guys him really quick. And there we go. Okay, so all right, so I've shown you guys him before, but I did add some new stuff. He is one of the gentlemen that did go and see Manson in prison. So he said that, Manson had been in prison for about a year when someone had the bright idea that they should go interview him, whatever. So this is one of his projects. He was the co-founder and secretary and member communications for the Whales Sanctuary Project. Yeah. Okay. And then you guys have seen most of this. I found this old picture of him and his dog's son. yeah, I'm not going to say anything about that. So this one is the most sus one to me. The League of Humane Voters. This was a major lobbying nonprofit that they had, and what he was on the board of advisors. And Earth in Transition. We'll look at that one in a second. And he also founded Zoe, which was an online news magazine for people who care about the animals, nature, and our planet. Yeah. And then Earth in Transition, a new relationship with animals, nature, and each other. And what does this say in there about? In a world that's undergoing a sixth mass extinction brought about largely by human activity, Earth in Transition explores the psychology of human nature and whether it is possible at this late stage to transform the way we relate to our fellow animals, to nature, and each other. And there he is right there. Yeah, Father Aaron. And then there was darkness. So we've already looked at that. There's him hanging out with some buns, some little buns. And, there he is. And again, there is Rupert Ashburton Dunning, brother Caleb, looking lit. And my favorite, the J.C. Penney ad, where he's trying to not look like a complete sus lord. So there he is. Now, why he is in the Son of Sam files, I don't know. Some of them are illegible, and there's so many, it's going to take me a really long time to get through them. But I just wanted to pop that out there for any of the Son of Sam peeps that may know more about him specifically. If anybody wants to let me know, but not the people that are freaking out, because I don't care. Freak out all you want. Doesn't matter to me. Okay? Doesn't matter to me one bit. Hi, bug dude. You smuggled them out of Area 51. Nah. Save the whales, collect the set. Dog's son. Oh, that's an interesting thought, Racine. Very interesting. And hi, P. Thomas. Hello. Let me see. They better not be sacrificing lemurs. I mean, who knows what they're sacrificing, dude? I found. Okay, so Father Mendez, Gregory Castle, I found the most ridiculous picture of him and I had to add it to his slide. So his is like nice and full now. So I got to show you guys this one because I'm just like, bro, please stop. Just stop what you're doing. I'm over it. I'm over all of these people. So there we go. So you guys remember him. He was one of my first ones, yeah. But it's this one for me. This dude is out here in a kilt just having a great time. I'm sorry. It makes me laugh. When I saw this, I was like, oh hell nah. Hell no, he didn't. No, he didn't. And just as a reminder, because I can't remind people enough, there he is with Mike Leavitt, David Leavitt's brother, yeah. And then here are some more recent photos of him. Yeah, look at him with the cat. Not the one on the left. The one on the left is but the one he's like, I'm just a nice, calm old man. You know what I mean? And then just, for people who may be like, well, it doesn't matter. Sure it does, because right here from the court records, Father Mendez was one of the Council of Masters, and one of his writings specifically was Sink Down in the Decadence of Excessive Self-Indulgence. Yeah. And I think you guys have seen the rest. So nothing else too exciting for him, but just had to show those updates because dude in the kilt, I'm just like, you were already sus before, and I'm not hating on the kilts. Like, it's fine. Do your thing. Dress for success. Let me see. He's trans. Shut up, Ivermectin. I mean, who knows? And quite frankly, I don't, do whatever floats your boat, man. I don't care. It's not my business. Now, let me see who I already showed you guys. And someone had left a comment about Kenneth McNaughton about the court transcripts kind of being out of context. They are, however, I have hours and hours and hours of reading through these. So if you are interested, please feel free to go back and look. I personally wouldn't recommend it because it was very, very painful. Let me see. I want to show you guys what's his face. Well, yeah, what's his face? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and just show him since he's on the thumbnail, because I feel like people mix him up with De Grimston quite a bit, which is fair because, these people lie about who they are, right? So let me pop this up because I got a nice color photo. So, Father Malachi, the advocate for Satan. Yeah. So there's him with Mary Tyler Moore. And look at him. That's what he's on TV. And they're like grilling him. He reminds me of Michael Aquino when Michael Aquino's pouting, like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm a sad Satanist. Meh. But that is him. Yeah, that's him. That is him. Laying the hands. Yeah, laying the hands. Father Malachi. Dare, 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 dare. Oh, look at me. But see, like, then they're all spoopy. They're all spoopy down here, yeah? Okay, so that's that. Hi, Mr. Crow. Well, thank you so much. Their logos look S. Neil Fujita or Fujita inspired. Create a psychic black mirror. Just self-indulge. Nothing evil comes across. We like kitties. Yeah, well, yes, Mary Tyler Moore was absolutely beautiful. You know who she reminds me of is one of the first celebrities that they interviewed was Stephanie Powers. Like, it's almost striking to me how much they look alike. It kind of threw me off for a second. You know what I mean? Um, Let me see. It's Cyrus Mejia. Oh, and I found a bunch more about the Batistas. So I'll show you them too. Let's just go ahead and start with the Batistas because they're right here. More current day photos because they're still running around, rubbing elbows. Fort Pie logo. Hi, Fire Pixie. Hello, Father Malachi. That's what happens when you grow up in a corn cult in Nebraska. Yeah, well, Uh, wait, is it Nebraska? Yes. Yes, it is Nebraska. Okay, sorry. I was thinking about something else. Okay, so here we are, the Batistas. So, as you can see, uh, this, I think, this was during Katrina. Oh, and I found the most fascinating art or video. Guess who was in Haiti in 2010? Yeah? Take a wild guess. Just guess. Just guess. It was Best Friends. Yeah? In Haiti, same time as the Clintons. Yeah, that's not suspicious whatsoever. That video is like the worst quality ever, but I'm glad that I found it. Now, I'm going to show you guys because literally I cannot find anything else on her. I've tried every single variation of this woman's name, but she is dead. I have been looking for her. So, at least I know that she did also go to Utah because everyone went to Utah pretty much. But Miss Isabel Rennie, Charity Benedicte, yeah, well, she's dead. So let's take a look at her photo. Here we go. And yeah, there she is. See? Look at that. September 16th, 2022, man. And Nasser, Sammy Nasser, Father Joab, she had the same last name, Isabel Nasser. That's what's on her naturalization papers, man. And then she also went by Mother Ria. But once I found that picture specifically, then I was able to at least find where she lived. But it's like, damn, man, all of these people are dying off and it sucks. It sucks. Because the people that know, you know what I mean? They're dead. They're dead. I mean, it is what it is. It's not like they're going to listen to me anyway. But okay, now let's look at the updated slide for Father Cyrus. Yeah, the one that I'm like 99% sure that this is the one that Leah Ramini blocked me over. So let's take a peek at this old boy really quick because I found some great photos of him. Some real gems. Okay, so this is him. You remember he got amnesty under the foundation faith of God, blah, 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 blah. Got some new photos, though, specifically, yeah. So see, that is him and Batista. And that was his clown ministry. Yeah. So Cyrus and Anne Mejia, his wife, they ran the quote unquote clown ministry at the burn unit in a children's hospital, which I think is super concerning. And obviously, this dude really loves to paint dogs. Yeah. But look at that. Good for him, right? Mm hmm. Yep. Good for them. They're just having a great time. Yeah. Doing nothing wrong whatsoever. Uh, these people are really starting to piss me off, quite frankly, as far as like the fact that everybody's dying. I added a little bit more to Mother Hathor's slide, so I'll show you guys because I mean, whatever. I told you guys she passed away. She's probably the one of the more well-known, I would say, but she was the one that kind of like was the tipping point for me looking into the process because I was like, Mother Hathor. That sounds a little little culty to me, but anyways. Okay, so you guys nope, there we go. You guys have seen these photos. So she was in Stool. Yeah, Geraldine Brown. And there she is with a big wrinkle face, fat boy, so cute. Stay away from that dog. And there she is with Father Lars, and she also went by Lilith Minerva. And there she is as a foundation healer, yeah? And then this photo right here was taken by Jana DeBeyer. And that is her, I guess, before she passed away last year, because again, all of these people are literally dying. And there she is with some pups. I have no comment about that. And here she is getting a check for $300 from Kane County. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, and then I just updated this. So this was the Foundation Faith of God specifically showing you guys that these are all founders. Yeah, but this was in Georgia. I did like that I was able to, get the original print of that because, I love old paperwork. So that made me very happy. Let me see who else popped in here. Hi, Mr. Obvious. I saw a video of Cannibal Tim Norton driving in Utah with his girlfriend before he got busted. Everyone really does go to Utah. The cannibal. I found the craziest news article, and I don't even remember what I was looking for, but it was literally talking about cannibals. And apparently, and I have not proven this because I really haven't dug into it, but apparently, the person that got arrested said that they were involved with the process. I don't know how true that is. That would be really crazy because I have not heard anything in regards to cannibalism specifically. So who really knows? And I will show you my very, very slightly updated slide of my white whale because for my peeps on my Twitter, I am going to be making a thread of all of my founders with an updated slide. That way everybody can like click in one place and see them. Obviously, I can't tag Leah Ramini because, she blocked me, whatever. But let's go ahead and take a look at this old boy because I get so excited when I find pictures of him because he's very hard to find. But there he is. And I have, I think that one was the newest one that I found. Yeah. And as you guys know, he was the one who ran all of the meetings, including 5 days after the death of Sharon Tate and everyone else at Cielo Drive, where they closed their chapter in Rome and sent everybody to Paris. Yeah. And those are some of the other newer photos that I was able to find, as well as tracking this gentleman in Utah and Nevada as well. And there he is looking like Mr. Bean. Some people said that he looks like Mr. Bean. I just think that him and John Fripp look like straight creeps. There is his naturalization papers specifically and the court records identifying who they are, and he is the one that wrote Paradise Lost. Yeah. So that is who he is, and I think that's all I have from this slide specifically that I wanted to show you guys. I think I've shown you guys everybody else. Let me double check though, because we're going to be looking at some stuff from the Ed Sanders file, and specifically stuff that Virginia sent me, because we've already talked about this. Remember when I was looking into Brother Eli, and this was when I had originally gotten the stuff from George from CavDev about, you know, the stuff with Sharon Tate was the thing that like messed me up the most, right? And I'm sure that for those of you who watched it, you remember. But now we'll look at mine, quote unquote, afterwards, because I want to show you guys what Virginia sent me. Because the reason why I titled this specifically Spycraft, as far as the suppressive person declaration, I already said, an SP declare suppressive persons declaration, it makes sense from an intelligence point of view to give that to someone to allow them to operate outside of the church, right? Because then their cover's not going to be blown. They're going to be able to do what they need to do. It's under the illusion that they are an SP. Am I insinuating that there's some people out here calling themselves SPs who may be doing such? Yeah, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't really give a damn. But let's go ahead and let's look at this specific police report, because you guys, most of you guys know like the Gall and Sharp murders, right? This is all around like the same time. Yeah, all of this stuff is kind of going on at the same time. And this is specifically a file from the LAPD from Mr. Terry Milner. Yeah. Because eventually I'm going to read you guys like this little list of upcoming things that I'm going to be going over. And what I'm going to be going over, since apparently Mr. ATAC is coming out with his book, I'm going to show specifics from Virginia and Mike. ATAC is going to have to address the intelligence stuff and the British nobility stuff if he wants to be an honest author, which you guys already know that I don't think that he is at all. But let's go ahead and just take a quick peek at this, guys, real quick. Oh, let me make sure the preview on this is off. You stop it right there. Okay, stop. Go away. Okay, there we go. All right, and we're off. That one, yes. Okay, let's make sure we're here. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so Los Angeles Police Department continuation sheet. We've got 12/17/69. Yeah? So this is an interview with Jerry Ann Cohen, stating that they casually know the victim Gall, they don't know Sharp, denied any knowledge of the murders, and stated she told the group Scientology would be surprised if a Scientologist killed Jim and Doreen. Cohn stated that Terry Milner, Scientology intelligence supervisor, is conducting an investigation into Jim and Doreen's deaths to determine if a Scientology member is responsible for their deaths. Yeah? Now, Leslie Ann Buffard is the one specifically from the Ed Sanders files. Yeah? That's the one that we found, that we read through when I was looking for Brother Eli. So they interview her. And right here, Buffard is an ex-process member and was active in the San Jose chapter from May 1967 to October 1968. The process was founded in 1962 by Robert Grimstone, who, after a falling out with L. Ron Hubbard, left the Church of Scientology and formed the militant group. During Bouffard's tenure in the process, she witnessed 2 probable murders and has knowledge of other crimes. The process and motorcycle gangs in the San Francisco Bay Area are involved. Investigators from San Francisco Police Department, San Jose Police Department, Santa Barbara County Sheriff's, and Napa County District Attorney's Office have been notified. And the tape is at the Rampart Detective's Office. Yeah? Now, let me see. Now, this is super interesting to me from December 23rd of 69. So they received information from Granado SID. The hair found in Sharp's right hand is dissimilar from victim Sharp and Gall's hair. The hair is darker in color, thicker, and is similar in texture to Mexican or Indian hair. Why do I think that that's interesting? Because specifically, that's, I wouldn't say like a calling card, because I feel like that gives off sort of a serial killer vibes, and I don't really, I take a PTK approach to all of that, but this is known to be a consistent theme as far as hair in the victim's hand if it is a cult murder. You know what I mean? And let's see. This is requesting some all Mexicans arrested for crimes of violence where the victim was stabbed. Okay, whatever. Now, let me see right here. So, Mr. Terry Milner, yeah? Milner has interviewed Scientology members of the LA org office in an attempt to find persons who saw victim Sharp or Gall on the evening of 11/21/69. Milner stated his regular duty as intelligence officer is to determine if prospective members are qualified to take the courses. This entails a background investigation of the candidate. Milner tacitly admitted that the prime purpose of the investigation is to determine whether or not the prospective candidate or their family has the financial resources required to become a Scientologist. Well, we already know that you don't have to have anything of the sort as far as lots of money to be in the process, right? We know that. Now, let me pull up the second one right here, because this one is, now we're not going to read the whole thing, but I want to show you guys specifically that these documents do exist. And I don't know what documents Mr. ATAC has. Don't know. And quite frankly, at this point, I don't really care. And this is kind of hard to read, but that's okay, because you guys are literally going to see what I see. And here is the most astute point that Virginia asked me to ask you guys. So let's all critically think for 5 seconds. I'm not saying that the people here aren't, but let's all critically think. If you're declared an SP, you're going to have fair game run on you, right? Right? Yeah? Where's the fair game on the process? And if DeGrimston and Hubbard had a falling out in 1962, but they're not declared until 1965, and I'm waiting to be sent a re-declaration from 1969. Do you guys see why this is an intelligence operation? Do you guys get it? I'm not being facetious. I'm asking a serious question. Does it make sense? Because there's no fair game going on. None. There's no fair game going on whatsoever. So that does not make sense to me. Now let me see. The chat's moving. Spells Babylon, the OTO. Yeah, Luke McKee, that is why I spell it that way, is because it's, the Babylon working. That was why I spelled it that way. But good eye. Let me see. Still reeling from the Dick Van Dyke tie-in from yesterday. Nice. Get the timing right for a live show. Thanks, Robert Gilman. I haven't dug into that too much, but let me see. I've not watched even a half of a cringy ATAC video. Well, I have strong feelings about Mr. Atack because specifically I think that he is a simp for Jolly West, and Jolly West is a disgusting, well, he was a disgusting piece of trash. You'd think he could have thought up a better cult name than Scientology. The name alone is a turnoff. Yeah, it's not great. Let me see. I have never felt right about him or Jeffrey Augustine. Never ever. Both always felt odd to me. Mr. Crow. Well, you guys know how I feel. OTO members piling on Scientology to move the heat away from the pedo cult of Killary. Yeah, well, the process is in my opinion, hey, Tom Cooper, in my opinion, but I think that I've proven it so far, and I certainly have, in my opinion, proven a hell of a lot more than John Atack, because I don't hide anything from you guys. Specifically, the process was being protected. They weren't a splinter group, okay? They weren't, and I'm going to give you guys, like, my notes as far as the preview, you know what I mean, of what's going to be coming to lay this out, because I'm going to be putting this stuff out as quickly as I can in a way that makes sense for everybody, because I would say that John Atack is being completely dishonest if he does not address these certain things that are coming up. Let me see. Intelligent spooks are all OTO, not Scientology. Let me see. Okay, I'm glad that it makes sort of sense, guys, because I know that a lot of this, like, I get it. It's hard for me. I'm like, it takes, but I'm on the phone with Virginia all the time, so it's like getting beaten into my head more, and I don't want to run through it too quickly in a way that doesn't make sense to people. But a lot of you guys have been here since the beginning, and so we're like building it up. You know what I mean? Fair game is their go-to. If there is no fair game, question is why not? That's absolutely right, Audra P. Let me see. An ATAC convinced me. Intelligence all the way down. People don't leave Navy religion unless Navy tells them to leave or lets them leave. The Spycraft term for the fair game would be like a burn notice, but if they're never truly disconnected, then they're not really burned. Bingo. I concur, not a splinter group. Yeah, it's full approval, man. It's full approval. Thank you so much, Racine. It is full approval. It doesn't make sense. There's no fair game being run on them. That whole narrative of them like being a splinter group and XYZ, and they were declared okay. And again, we're not going to sit here and read through all of this, but I want you guys to see that these are specifically internal documents. Internal documents. Why in the hell is the Church of Scientology running an investigation about these murders? Doesn't really make sense, right? Especially because the only newspaper that I found said that they were part of the final Church of Judgment, which is also what Charles Manson called it. And don't forget, George Clinton from Funkadelic said, well, we were hanging out with the Process Church of the Final Judgment, but Manson was doing the final Church of Judgment. Whatever. That's stupid. What do Scientologists call that? Oh God, who was it? Nora was saying that I was doing it. Word salad, whatever. Whatever. All right, let's go ahead and look at this really quick. And here we go. Perfect. Okay, so this is March 22nd, 1973. Guardian Com, I think. The Guardian. Yeah. And you guys can see, like, this is very difficult to read. Yeah, very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. So this is mentioning Paulette Cooper. Now, Paulette Cooper had fair game run on her. Yeah. Wouldn't have been terrible if, Kissinger, we already talked about that specifically, but, right here. Cameron and Edward J. Militek, chief suspects in the Sharp Gall murders. Motive for crimes unknown. Yeah? Kind of interesting. I just want to show you guys that these internal documents exist. I think that it's really important. I think it's a shame that John Atack just acts like he's the authority on everything, because quite frankly, in my personal opinion, Mr. Atack is literally just trying to stay relevant and also follow orders of the Black Widow art dealer provocateur as far as what she's allowing to be trickled out, right? However that, serves their narrative. Now, This is I think it's the second page. Yep, there we go. And this is literally just running through stuff that was going on with the LAPD. Why do they know what investigations are going on within the LAPD? You know what I mean? Because obviously there are a lot of crimes going on at the time, guys. A lot. A lot. And look, they're even talking about a black PR action. Yeah? Something about porno to New York state officials and their families. Approximately 5,000 individuals are targeted, including judges and legislators. I didn't read this. That's completely crazy to me. That's wild. That is super wild. Geez. But see, nothing was happening to the process. Nothing at all. Why? What makes sense? Right? What makes sense? I think that we know what makes sense. Now, let's go back to the Ed Sanders files. Hi, Meatball. You're okay. Ian is almost as bad as N-word. You guys stop it. No, ATAC is trying to deflect and misdirect. I think the ATAC is straight up running cover. I'm not even like trying to play nice. No, Lazarus, that is not a job to aspire to. I think that she is a very wicked woman, but that's just my 2 cents. Now, this is from the Ed Sanders files. We kind of went over this, and obviously this is very faint. But this is Leslie Ann Buffard specifically being interviewed. I think this is the LAPD. Yeah, this was 12/15/1969. This was the one that we went over, you guys, where they're talking about all the different branches. And look, this report says something different. Robert met L. Ron Hubbard, the leader of the Scientology group, and split with him in 1963. The symbol of the process is a stylized P, symbolizing the folding and unfolding of mankind. Yeah? And look at that. Isn't that interesting? In their deities. Lucifer, creator of wildlife and tech. Yeah. And obviously, we're not going to go through all of this because that is, again, the stuff that goes on with Brother Eli, aka Victor Wilde, who is thriving today. If you guys remember, I showed you his vehicles. Yeah, remember his fancy cars? I think one of them was like super green and he has a yacht or something. I can't even remember what it was. Now, this is literally a ghetto note from my phone, but this is going to be like the preparation for the things that are going to be coming, which will, kind of be helpful to hone in my research for a little bit. Remember in the 70s, a gallon of milk didn't have a seal on it. That's so random, Mr. Obvious, that I was not alive then, so I don't know. So, in talking to Virginia and trying to like lay out a time frame for this stuff specifically. So, when Hubbard was creating the Guardian's office, which I think was 65, maybe 66. So I'm going to have all the documentation, guys, but in the instruction manual for the Guardian's office, in their training manual, in the check sheet, guess what's included? The de Grimston's SP declare, their suppressive persons declare. Tick tock, why is that? To train Guardian's office members on how an intelligence asset within the church, how their declare SP is going to look. Yeah? Isn't that fascinating? Now, what else is Hubbard doing? Hubbard was going to the Canary Islands, he was going to Tangier, and he was also doing a mission in South Africa. Now, as far as the stuff with South Africa, well, because Virginia has spent years doing all of this research. And so, no, we're not going to get through all of it in one episode coming up, but this is where we are going to be working through specifically. In South Africa, he is working under the orders of Cecil, Lord Salisbury, Lord de Grimston. Yeah. And well, who is Lord de Grimston? part of in South Africa, specifically the Rhodesia lobby. Because I told you guys, we are going to get to the Africa stuff. And it's not going to be great. Because nothing that the British have done, or us, is great in Africa. But Hubbard's on an intelligence mission. That is one of his intelligence missions. Everybody wants to sit here and act like he's running around being a buffoon. And, oh, he got kicked out of this country. And he got kicked out of this country. And he didn't have enough boats. And blah, 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 blah. Stop. Just stop. Find a new hobby. Find a new job. Seriously. Because if this book coming up doesn't address these things, then they're lying. They're lying. Because why do Mike and Virginia have this information? Seriously, why? Because Day Grimston, I've shown you guys twice about Robert and how Robert was using Day Grimston prior to ever meeting Marianne, before they got married, years before they got married. And Day Grimston is part of the Rhodesia lobby. Yeah, because this is when, the people of South Africa are starting to reject against the slave masters. Yeah, because we got to go and bring some democracy, right? But we're going to be talking about not all, but quite a few of Hubbard's missions. And I believe that Virginia told me that the stuff in Canary Islands was where they were doing Operation Gladio training. So we're gonna get into Gladio and Hubbard because, that's, it's just so fascinating. And in my other schizo clip that I usually use as the opener, when Hubbard is like smoking that cigarette and he's smiling at the end, that's when he's in South Africa on an intelligence mission. He's not a Scientologist there. He is straight up chilling. And that's why I love that clip, because he's like just vibing. And I'm telling you, this man has pulled off the most successful intelligence operation of all time. And I do give him respect for that. 110%. Who popped in here? Hello, my Cherie and Olani. I hope that I said that right. Hung out with Crowley as well. Will Virginia be on alive? I don't think that I don't know that she has the ability to do as far as like streaming, and I just don't know that she's ready. I've talked to her about it, and they know, when either of them are ready, if they are ready, that they can. And it may even just be like a podcast where there's, no visual. I don't really know, but I'm not pressing her on it. You know what I mean? And she will call me and say, hey, this is what I found. I watched your stream. Here's something else to add. And this stuff with the Gall and Sharp specifically, and Buffard talking about the process, like, this is important. These are internal church documents. You know what I'm saying? And ATAC acts like he's, the end all be all as far as Scientology. No, you're not. Let me see. They got short shorts in Rhodesia. Yeah, no, if she wants to, absolutely, Mr. Crow. Because she's the best. She has become my very dear friend and, basically like a mom to me. So I'm very grateful for her. One of my favorite musicians of all time, Chick Corea, actually has an album with L. Ron Hubbard from like 1980. That's crazy, Thaddeus Max. Does he know how to sing? I mean, I don't know. That dude's got some really big teeth. You know what I mean? I feel like that might not come out very well. Are you saying we have not brought democracy to the rest of the world? I mean, guess it depends who you ask. If you're asking the intelligence community, they're going to say we're batting 1,000. You know what I mean? Gladio and French Connection and Son of Sam. Oh, there's so many connections here, P. Thomas. It's not just the process, but it's nailing these people down. But we've gotta get this intelligence stuff out. Because I said I was gonna come on and I was gonna refute ATAC because he did that interview with Chris Shelton where He passive aggressively addressed me because I called him out on not calling the process Church of the Final Judgment. And literally within the first like 5 minutes, he's like, oh no, it's the process. Remember the process Church of the Final Judgment. And Ivermectin said, Ivermectin was like, do you realize that you've forced John Atack to write a book? That's amazing. Congratulations. And I said, well, thank you. But the dude still has not come at me or come back to me or answered me whatsoever. He's just on a little PR campaign. Oh, you're welcome, Racine. No worries. Yeah, and ask me anything. Maybe I can try to like set that up when I can do members. That way, like the trolls can't come in. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna protect them. Like I'm going to protect Mike and Virginia, and some of these random little trolls out here, like, oh, I watched that video, the interview with Mike, and I'm like, how many times do I have to explain it? Like, are you dumb that you cannot see that he is being interviewed and he's in a room with other people? He's not laughing with joy. I'm around people at the end of their lives all the time for a living. That is a nervous laughter. Everybody's body reacts differently. So, man, it's real weird that all of these anonymous trolls are moving in lockstep with their commentary about the McClarys, right? Color me surprised. Because literally people have left comments like mocking me and the McClarys, saying that like, oh, well, she's been talking about them and has barely gotten their GoFundMe moving. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's what I have to say. Let me see. Gladio stuff gives back history to all the Maxwells. Yeah, well, of course. Let me see. I learned you will be on Michelle's healing home tomorrow, so I looked you up. Been going through your episodes. Well, thank you so much, my Shuri and Nolani. You can record something with Virginia and publish it later. That is a great idea, Ivermectin. You're so smart. Get ready to expand your mind. Welcome, Chris Shelton. Let me see. Dana, when you do a YouTube interview on someone else's channel, please let us know beforehand. Yes, guys, I will post the link. Yeah, because I'm going on Michelle's healing home tomorrow. I'm really excited because it's a Halloween, process special, so it's going to be super fun. I love how my autofill for Chris Shelton goes straight to the fairy emoji. That's so funny. Yeah, he apparently was super into Scientology. Kind of broke my heart learning that. He is a complete genius. Let me see. We are so happy that you and the McClarys have connected on this. Well, Soy Lodge, that is, you get partial credit for that, my friend. Seriously, because, like, you guys directed me to them, and I think, like, in my personal opinion, if I had randomly stumbled across their blog because it's so information rich and it's so information dense and Scientology is so freaking confusing, I feel like maybe I wouldn't have understood it, or I would have been like, well, I don't really know what's going on. You know what I mean? So I think that the way that it worked out for like us to connect, it worked out the way that, it needed to, however that may be, or however that was, in the grand scheme of things. Picking all that up, picking up what I'm laying down. Yeah. O.S. L. Ron Hubbard composed all the music for an album called Space Jazz. It's apparently the soundtrack to Battlefield Earth. Yeah, I don't, the stuff with like the aliens and space and all that stuff, I'm just like, whatever, man, whatever. Because like literally there are people out here who know, and they do. Mike Rinder, Leah Remini, Chris Shelton, John Atack, Tony Ortega, Jeffrey Augustine. These people know. Allegedly, supposedly, reportedly. They know. How is it that I go on William Ramsey and, he says that, I can't remember who he says that he talked to, but they're just talking about, like, L. Ron Hubbard's war record. They're like, it has all the hallmarks of an intelligence asset. The way that he moves. Yeah, it does, because he was a straight up spook. Like, seriously, dude was an intelligence asset. But again, like, a lot of the intelligence stuff was really rooted in naval intelligence. And, Hubba Hubs was the best. He was the best, in my opinion, because there's people out here still running cover for that man to this day. So it is what it is. So that's all I have for now. This was like literally just a quick, hop on, show that stuff because Virginia just sent it to me. And, sometimes I try to prepare things a little bit better, but I haven't deep dive into the Gall and Sharp murders. I just know of them. I know that they are related to Scientology, and I know that there is something really, really weird going on there. And I just think it's fascinating that the church was well aware. Again, we have more proof of the church being aware of the process and not running any sort of fair game. Now, the second part of the show. Let's boop, boop, yeah, boop, boop. Okay. Now, for the second part of the show. Yes, thank you very much, Audra P. Yeah, it was a nervous laugh. Seriously, to all the random troons and whatever out there. Seriously, get fucked. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, P. Thomas. I'm going to put in a thread on Twitter all of the slides. And I may just start it now. Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't tag Leah Ramini, you know what I mean? But have a hub. How about hubs? Hubba Hubs. It's the young Hubba Hubs in his Navy uniform. Quite hunky. I'm sorry. He's very good looking. I don't know what happened to his teeth, as he got older. I'm just bro, they are way too big for your mouth. That's why I don't think that him being a musician would be very good. Yeah, well, Samantha, yeah, I can discuss that with you at another time. So now the second part of the show. Obviously I don't have makeup on because I've had a terrible day and I've been crying all day. So I got the call from the doctor. It's worse than what they thought. I have to go to a specialist specifically, and they are going to have to do a lot more testing on me. So it is what it is. I will not be getting treatment. I won't. So I already know what's coming. And I guess if the other stuff comes up, then I'll deal with it at that time. But I don't know that it will. But as you guys can see, I am kind of running on this alone. If some of you guys catch my drift. And it's okay. It's okay. It is what it is. But yeah. I don't know what it'll be. It is what it is. I just want to get as much up as I can. And, I'm not being over dramatic or anything. But somebody's going to have to take a vote as far as being an extra kill switch for my research. Because I will, I need to send it out to everybody. Yeah, not everybody, but people that I trust. Because yeah, you think you know people, right? And then they fuck you over 10 ways from Sunday. And then your body also wants to fight you. And it's just unfortunate timing. But I guess there's not really a good time to, be told that they think that you have cancer that is spreading throughout your body aggressively. So it is what it is. Yeah. I love you guys too. But yeah. Anyways, as far as like the alone thing, most of you guys get what I mean as far as alone. Like on here. You know, people suck. But it is what it is. Yeah. I will leave it at that and pray for a new day tomorrow and pray that, you know, life is short. Yeah. Life is very short. So I am realizing that more every day. And I just wish some other people would too. But that's okay. I'm not here to change the world. I'm just here to get the truth out. And, you know, I am hoping that I will be able to lay the strongest argument possible that, and I'm not like blaming any one person, because I think that within the X community specifically, it is a concerted effort among multiple parties. But I hope that I can lay out a really strong argument that the X community is 100% complicit in the Manson crimes not being truly solved, as well as some of the Son of Sam crimes. But obviously, I have a lot more evidence for Manson and for Cielo Drive. I haven't even started digging into La Bianca. But if the Black Widow provocateur and her husband are directing, the mouthpieces of the X community through quote unquote journalism and through publication, I would like to lay out that argument before my time is up. I feel like that's, the best justice that I could try to bring. Bring some of these fucking scumbags out of the fake light that they put themselves in. Yeah. And put them under some very harsh light. Because that is what I think of these people. I think that they're fucking scumbags. Excuse my language. I really do. And, obviously, as well, Mr. Hubbard Gench. Because I've already told you guys, and I'm hoping that I can lay out the argument by then too. I, in my personal opinion, think that there are many people within the X community that know what happened to L. Ron Hubbard and what happened to Hubbard Gench, because what is said about what happened to L. Ron Hubbard is not what happened to L. Ron Hubbard. And it's not. And it's just not. And I think that what happened to L. Ron Hubbard is what happened to Hubbard Gench. I don't think that Hubbard's with us anymore. And yeah, Hubbard was a scumbag at a point, and Hubbard was a scumbag at a point, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they're elderly people, and they're human beings. And who the fuck are you to take their lives or to be aware of what happened to them and not say anything? For what? To keep your fucking job? To stay relevant? It's a joke. It's a joke. But that shows that your soul is ugly, whether you think you have one or not, whether you think that you're going to go clear or not, or that, you're going to come back for a billion years because you signed some billion-year contract. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's why when people say like, I left a cult, I'm like, no, you left an intelligence operation. Hate to break it to you. Deal with it. It is what it is. But part of the reason why the X community doesn't understand that they didn't leave a cult, they left an intelligence operation, why they don't get that, is because of the individuals who deny the intelligence ties, specifically. Because why do people look at me like I'm stupid when I'm talking about how Hubbard was involved in Gladio? We've got the stuff with the Rhodesia lobby, with the Grimstons. You know, this is why people need to have a better grasp of history and not just our own history. Because if people understood this, the world wouldn't be a surprise every day. You think that I don't want the world to bend over to my emotions right now, to my fragile emotions? That I don't want people to set aside their selfish attitudes and pick up the phone and fucking call me? Sure. But it is what it is, right? Can't change the world. I can't change the world, guys. I'm just I'm gonna do what I can while I can. So, thanks, guys. It's the end of the second part of the show. I've been crying all day. Don't want to sit here and cry on the internet. That's super embarrassing. But now you guys know what is going on. And I will drop in the link into my community section. I believe the email from Michelle said that it is, I think it's 7 p.m. Eastern time. I know it's tomorrow night. So I will post that link. Okay. And